Hey guys, what is going on? It's been a long time, and since that time off, I have moved locations, put this table in a different room, started practicing in a new environment, and I gotta tell you, I miss making some videos. So I want to put something out today that might help prolong your roll. Regardless of what dice set we use, what grip we use, or landing zone we use, we know one thing is always going to happen. There's certain things in life that we know. And I've said it many a times, it's death, taxes, and sevens. It's going to happen. Regardless of how good you are, it's going to happen. So on my channel, I have investigated, different things, and there's something that we can look at many different facets of this awesome game, but the thing that you don't need 50 rolls to be a winner. You don't need 20. You don't even need 10. You just need a few rolls to score on, and then have that discipline to bring everything back. That's not a new theory. That's a proven thing. To be a winner in craps, you have to be able to discipline yourself to bring your bets down or regress significantly and build on the regress portion that you leave out there. Nothing new. That's how you win. So what we need to do is focus on prolonging our roll to make the most out of what we can. And there's something I've been working on lately I want to share with you guys today. So let's do this. Let's work on the stance. Let's do this. Alrighty, McTidy, here we go. So what I have here, I'm going to start and just kind of practice out with, I have $400. 1 in red, 3 in green. So let me get these up. I want to say, first of all, to you guys, I love you guys. I hope you guys are doing well out there, staying safe, and ridiculous times we live in, that's for sure. There's not much else to say. Well, do we have any kind of matchings? Got a little bit of everything. How about this? Yep, that'll work. It's ridiculous times we live in. Everybody is so sensitive. You can't sneeze without it causing some sort of activist thing. But I digress. Again, I'm going to practice on a $15 table because that's what I always kind of get stuck on. I've been working on this kind of, what I'm getting ready to show you, I've worked on it from stick left. I've also been working on it on stick right. Both hard surface and bouncy surface. On the other side of my table, I have a bouncy surface table. So this seems to work well. And the difference therein, on a hard surface, you can have a landing zone that might be closer to the wall. That's fine. On a bouncy surface, give yourself a little bit more berth into the wall. That's just my findings. I recommend it to you. I hope it helps. But what we are going to work on today, dealing with stance, and more effectively, I call it stance, it's how you're going to address your shot. A lot of times, now for this one, I'm going to be stick left 2, stick left right in the hook, right before the hook, to give myself plenty of room to go. I don't want to always assume that I'm going to be right here, right at stick left 1, and just a short little toss to. Very rarely do I get stick left 1. I get 2 or 3 or hook, or it just depends. So I like to make sure I practice on all things. But I digress. What I'm looking at most of the time, we'll get the dice, we'll address. We have our grip. We have our loading position, and see what I have here is my arm is totally extended. It's almost straight. See how I hold it? And I go. Now, I'm not talking about dice sticking together or having the perfect rotation or spin versus no spin. That's not what I'm dealing with in this video. What I am going to deal with, that actually was a pretty good shot. But the thing is, what I want to talk about, it's not necessarily the angle of your arm, whether it be straight in your shoulder, both hips are touching the table just so, and you're getting your business on the table. That's not what I'm talking about. But what I'm going to talk about today, all this is leading up to this Crescendo is leaning over the table just a bit. Instead of, here, let me come down here. Instead of, standing up straight, so you can feel like you get this true pendulum. If that feels right to you, then that's what you feel comfortable with, and I completely understand and respect that. But just consider, if you lean forward just enough to where, think about angles here. What I'm finding is if I have a true 90-degree angle with my body to my landing spot, if I were to hold a string down with a weight and start swinging it, making that true pendulum, where do I line up? Wherever I'm standing, with the tip of my nose or the bottom of my chin, where is that going to be swinging? What I have found is that right here, how far I'm leaning over the table, how this would swing. That is how I have really been able to prolong my roll. Let's give this a shot. What I'm going to do today, not going to really focus on the die set. What I will do is do a dynamic hard way. $15 table, and the dynamic hard way is I'll just pick a dice. 5-1, sure. 5-1. Just match it on the other dice. And that's how we do it. So I address the dice. I make my grip. I am already leaning over the table. I'm thinking about this pendulum. So I know where my pendulum would swing. And there you have it. So 4-2-6 is how we're going to start off. Now, I'll do some betting here. Just for some fun. Just for some practice. But today, it's not really about the betting. I'm not going to review a style or anything like that. Boop. I just want to bet. I am a huge fan, a big proponent of the SOR system, so I like to make my points, make 2 or 3 score hits, and then get out. I see craps as a long game, or excuse me, a short game. So you don't want to stay in the game, have all your money out there for too long. That's how you lose it. It's just a fact. 2-1. 2-1. So dynamic hard ways. The hard way set will change. I find one dice and I mirror it on the other hard ways. But it changes, therefore it's dynamic. Find your style or find your stance. Six to 8. What I'm finding is when I do this, not only is it easier for me to control my landing zone, to control the play after the fact is immensely increased, in my opinion. It's all in how you address. Some people like to have a straight arm when they throw, regardless of the direction. You want to have a straight arm. That's what you're used to. That's what you've practiced with. More power to you. What I'm finding is when I lean over, yeah, sure, that's going to make my arm bend a little bit more. But if it feels comfortable and you can stay on that pendulum, that correct pendulum, and you don't find yourself swinging one way or the other, or you're not reaching, because that's going to that could very well potentially throw your swing, your release, your control off. And that's when bad things happen. So, this is food for thought. That's all I'm saying. So, picking that up. 2-6. That's good. 2-6. There we go. Here we go. Find it. Grip it. Love it. $4-1-5. it all comes down, you know, it's like all of us trying to select the best steak. Some people like a nice seasoned steak. Some people like a Cajun steak. Some people like a ribeye. Some people love T-bones. It's all in the choice of the participant. If you like one style better, good on you. But if you're a craps player and you find inconsistencies more so than not, this is just something. Please try and keep what I'm telling you here in the back of your mind and give it a shot. Lean over the table and have more of a 90-degree angle between your arm and the release point. It will potentially add to your roll count. And of course, when we add to our roll counts, we add to our bankroll. Nothing is guaranteed. 4-5. Nothing will ever be guaranteed. But if we can increase our roll by 2, 3, 4, or even more, you'd be a hero, man. So again, we grip the dice. Okay, I'm leaning over the table. I mean, considerably more than I ever have before. I am directly above this pass line. And that wow. 4-2-6. Whoop, that's the point. 3. Right now, I'd be out. I'm done. Done. 4, 2, 6. Skadoosh! It's stuff like this that turns an already fun and fascinating game into more than just a hobby, into more than just fun. We can influence these dice we can milk this to get the best quality milk. I mean, Dean's milk has nothing on us. If you can add a few rolls, you can milk more money out of your bets and leave a winner. So a few rolls, this is what I'm up. 130, 140. So in a few rolls, I'm up 140. I would pull these down and play minimums on either inside or just 6 and 8. You'll walk away a winner. Guys, I hope this makes sense to you. I love you guys. I miss you guys. I miss making videos, and every now and then I'll do this. But I hope you guys are staying safe. I love you guys. Stay safe. CP is out, baby.